Welcome into the On the Rack podcast. I'm Sam Ferenchick here with DeMarco. We're going to be discussing all things Harriton sports on this podcast, but specifically for today's episode, it will just be on the football game that took place last night, where your Harriton Rams beat Kensington 43-18 in their first regular season win since 2023. Trey is actually a player on the team. He's the team captain and the starting wide receiver. So Trey, can you talk me a little bit more? Can you just talk a little bit about the preseason for the team and what training camp was like?
Absolutely. I think to start off, to give a word to this preseason, it was one of our best in recent history and for the time that I've been here. And I mean, prepping us for this game, no wonder the outcome was so good. We had such an amazing preseason. A head coach really pulling in new guys into the team, filling good spots. And guys being ready to step into new spots, because last year you saw the lack of success that we had. I mean, that was coming from a small underclass that we had and the lack of leadership on the team. But I mean, this year under head coach Totillo, we've really been able to rally our older guys and he's been able to bring in new guys this preseason. And we've been able to work out together, practice together, and really build a chemistry across the team and continue to get better and stronger together. Prepping us for this night, and we showed it.
Yeah, so as you were saying, the team went 0-8 last year. They looked a ton better, already more wins than last year. So I just want to go through just some starting notes. So the Harriton's lineup was a little unexpected per se for today. I mean, expected Spiro started at quarterback to start last year. Jonah Lockwood started running back. He also started last year. Trey, you started wide receiver with Ben Krebs and Spencer Havey. You guys all started last year. And then Rashawn Peak-Tapp and Damian Bailey were starting at wide receiver, both of them freshmen, and they had fantastic starts.
And I don't want to say they surprised me, because they did have an amazing preseason, each and every one of them. But one of the guys that I really want to speak about is Rashawn. He really did. I mean, I think we saw him get a big reception down the sideline, a couple moves to push it 15 yards, and we needed that first down on third down. Or maybe it wasn't third down. My memory might be fogged. But really impressive work from him on the offensive side of the ball. And we see his brother Caden work the defensive side of the ball at outside linebacker. Really impressive stuff from them both. And not to overshadow anything there, but Damon Bailey was really, when we think younger guys really popping out this game, we think Damon Bailey. I mean, I think he had an amazing game. First ever varsity game, first high school game. Got, I think, a couple receptions for a lot of yards.
He almost had a touchdown on one of the first, I believe the first drive. It was called back due to a penalty. It actually was on Harriton's second drive. But then just going through the rest of the lineup, Matai started at left tackle. No surprise there. He told me he gained 30 pounds over the last 2 years in muscle. I mean, he's scary to watch on the field.
Absolutely, and that is definitely a more recent thing. I guess if you want to call that a surprise. He's always been determined to play at this level that he's playing at now, but definitely maybe not as expected, but didn't surprise me too much. Great play.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a Kensington edge rusher during this game. They recorded 0 sacks. I think there might have been a couple pressures, but there was a couple times where Joey had to run out of the pocket. But other than that, the O-line was great. You had Ryan Block, I believe, at right tackle. Center was Cooper Godberg. He played freshman year, didn't play 10th and 11th. He looked great out there. I mean, him and Matai are a great duo. They're both really big guys. They can really help in pass blocking.
And I mean, if we want to go back to unexpected, I think one guy that we really forgot about is Cooper Godberg. I mean, nobody expected him. Biggest guy on the team, great center. We're just really happy to have him, and we didn't know that.
How did you get him back? Was it just his decision to come back join the team?
I mean,
it's awesome.
Completely unexpected, right? I mean, he didn't shoot anyone a text. He didn't talk to anyone. He showed up first practice, maybe talking to coach a little bit, but none of the guys expected it. Everyone was hyped to see him there.
Yeah. So do you know who was going to start at center if he wasn't?
So last season, we had senior Nico Rame playing under center. But unfortunately, around midway through the season, we saw him injure his lower leg, and he was out for the season. So we moved in Carter Smith, a
Mhm.
a rising sophomore this year. He's back up, and we have a couple guys we can move in. I'm confident Carter Smith, but really not as big as Cooper. We have another one, Eugene
Yeah.
Bright.
He was starting at
There
left guard, right, Eugene Bright?
he was.
Yeah.
Great developing players. They just got a little ways to go and a little more muscle to put on, maybe grow some size a little bit. That
Yeah,
center
yeah,
position.
definitely. So Eugene Bright again, left guard. Right guard was Lucas Chow. I mean, both Lucas is big too.
Oh yeah.
He was our basketball commentator last year. It was a funny story. We were looking for people, and he was just on the sideline. We're like, "You want to do this?" He's like, "Sure." But moving over to the defensive side of the ball, we saw a defensive tackle. They were running it. I don't know what the formation was, but it was 3 defensive tackles, 2 linebackers, and then just everyone else was in the secondary. So it was like 6 people in the secondary. Um, but starting at defensive tackles, Ryan Block, the tie, Saba, I think his name is. I haven't talked to him much before. He's a senior though. I don't
He's
know.
great.
Was he on the team last year?
He was not. If we want to talk about more unexpected players,
Yeah.
he's
I
been a
mean,
great addition.
this team really has come together nicely with a lot
Yeah.
of different players. This team's a different team than last year, undoubtedly. We'll get into the game in a second. But at linebacker, Tyler Dean and Solomon Tolbert. I mean, they were both good. Tyler Dean,
Did not play last year.
Dean's a freshman. Tolbert's
But you wouldn't be able to tell it on the field.
No, they're good players. And then in the secondary, I had I know Ben Krebs, Spencer Havey, Ryan Zhang, Damian Bailey, and Marshall Zafrayu.
Marshall at outside linebacker, and when you talked about the 3 defensive tackle front, that's that's normally what we run, but we'll sometimes move the outside linebacker up to create the 4th guy, and he'll go off the edge. Usually Marshall doing that.
Okay, yeah, they all played great. I do want to shout out Ryan Zhang. Like, I didn't hear his name much during the game. Like, he was doing well.
Mm-hmm.
He had a really nice half breakup.
Yeah, totally. And I mean that's what we expect from him, right? But he definitely got a couple looks towards him. From what I saw, I didn't see any receptions go to him or see him let up any receptions. I think he's a young developing guy. He's been developing for so long, playing football for so long. And I mean, you can see that in his game. I mean, he looks experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's confident on the field. We're happy to have him, certainly, but yeah.
So those were the starting lineups. I believe then the kicker and punt holder, Jacob Bowenkamp, was starting at kicker, and punter. Do you know who the kick holder was? I think Spiros was holding some of the kicks.
Spiros, then once he went down, we'll move on to that later. I mean, Joey came in, our second string quarterback.
Yeah, and then who was the long snapper?
The long snapper is Ben Gambino. He's been in that position for 2 years now. Came in to play receiver. I mean, they've really just.
He was playing a little later into the game, other positions. He was playing defense, I think, late into the fourth quarter.
He will come down to the line sometimes. They're trying to work with him on that, But I mean, you have developing players that aren't totally ready for that starting spot or have talent in front of them. I mean, when you look at Saba, when you look at Matai, it's hard to beat those guys out, right? We'll see you in the future for him, but as of right now, we see him at that specialist spot of long snapper, and he does a good job.
It's an important role. I think it's often underlooked. I mean, think of Rick Lovato on the Eagles. He's no longer with the team, but I mean, he was pretty good. He was really essential. I mean, he was on that team for a while. But going into the game, Harriton's first drive was really good. Started off with a throw to Spencer Havey. I mean, they were really cutting through this Kensington defense like butter. I mean, you had a 20-yard pass, which was really nice. Nice pass. Jonah had a couple yards. Kensington had a lot of penalties in that first drive. I believe they had a couple offsides that push you guys forwards. And then the end of that first drive was a 20-yard touchdown.
Those offsides plays, I mean, you can't even – I mean, obviously a sloppy mistake, right? But with our offense, when we run something like when we run a double call to make them jump off sides, a dummy play, and we run that second cadence just to make them jump, I mean, that's just a strategic move, making them jump like that. Their lack of discipline, obviously, but that's our scheme too.
Yeah, I didn't see that much of that last year. It's something I think Coach Attila is heading into his second year. I think it's hard to put that in your first year of head coach when you're trying to change the culture.
So when Datillo's taking on a team like Harriton was 2 years ago, we're there. I don't want to say there's utter lack of discipline, but there's definitely a lack of, for lack of a better word, there's a lack of discipline on the team, right? And installing something like a doubles play where there's a second cadence and you have to stay still on the offensive side of the ball. Some guys would jump and not having the confidence. When coach doesn't have the confidence in them not to jump, you won't run that play and you won't practice it as much. But this year we've really done that.
Yeah, so Kensington then got the ball back. Just want to start off. Jacob Bowenkamp's kick was nice. He had a nice extra point. The kickoff was a little short. It was about 15 yards. I think he got under it a little too much and it went up. But the rest were good.
So you're the second person to mention that, actually. So what that kick is called, though it wasn't done perfectly, right? I see how you think that.
So it wasn't. So it was intentional.
Okay. It was intentional, but it was supposed to land in a different spot. It's called a pooch kick, where he kicks it up really high. It lands in between the defenders, and we can go dive on it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it got the height on it, but it just didn't quite land where we needed it to for our kickoff guys to jump on it.
Yeah, I think Kensington tried to do something similar on the opening kickoff. I think it was either a bad kick or they were trying to do an onside kick.
I don't know what they got going on over there.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, besides that, then one of the first plays Kensington had was a fumble forced by Ryan Block. He had a really nice, he just went right through the offensive line. I really don't think he faced much resistance there. I think he one kid.
I don't want to stop you there because I heard you mentioning Ryan Block. I just want to give him the spotlight for a little bit. What a hell of a night that he had. We're talking about. I love the credit that we give to the guys that are getting the touchdowns and throwing the ball and running it.
Two of the hardest positions, D-line and O-line.
Totally, that's what he's playing. And
game.
I think he deserves some of that spotlight for what he's doing with these fumbles and giving it. And potentially giving the ball back to the offense and letting us score. And on that play, not only was it Ryan Block, but Saba also had a big play.
Yeah. This game was won in the trenches. It was hard to Harriton. I think if you look at last year's O-line, it was just the play starts and they were at the quarterback, the defensive tackles for the other team. But it's not like it's a different offensive line. It's a couple of the similar guys have just gotten a lot better.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Sam.
You think
this offensive line is completely revamped? Well, maybe not completely. I think you're right to
you have Matai.
All right, but Cooper Govberg snapping the ball perfectly every play, right to the quarterback.
Yeah,
the size that he brings, 6'5" center, 300 pounds, 300 something. That's definitely a big addition.
A new line. Yeah, they didn't allow a single sack, as we mentioned. It was really good play.
As we mentioned earlier, Matai gaining 30 pounds. It's not the same Matai as he was last year. And we see that with this O-line, how they're playing now, with help from Lucas Chow, Ryan Block doing great, and Eugene Bright.
Matai it must be scary to be an edge rusher and have to go against him.
I've been there a couple times. It is. And he's such an important piece on that O-line. As a captain, it's junior captain. That's really something for this football team. It's great to have him there. And he really pulls everything together in that unit. And I just know they're all happy to have him, and I'm just as happy to have him on this field.
Yeah, so after that fumble forced by Ryan Block, Harriton got their second drive, of course. So the first pass was to you. It was a really nice play by the DB. He kind of jumped in front of you there, but the throw was fine. I think it was just a really good play by the defensive back. I didn't think he was going to be able to get there, but he did, and it was a good play. And then very next play, though. Yeah, very next play, though, you got 11 yards, which was a really nice pass again. And then it was another same thing where Finn McLeod then got the ball. He got tackled for a loss. The very next play, he got 22 yards. So it's nice to see them sticking with the same player and not sometimes teams will just be like, okay, one play didn't work let's try somewhere else. And Coach Till, I'll give him credit, he just stuck with it, and the next play it worked. I guess they weren't expecting it though, for them to go to you twice. I guess there's also not much film on you. You broke your collarbone last year.
Not yet. But you see the trick play we ran a couple times last night. This was the first touchdown that we scored was a trick play we have going out and fake blocking the cornerback, and then Spiros finds me in the end zone. that play definitely, once there's some film on it, it might slow down a little bit. But
Yeah.
first night we bring it out, I'll take 2 touchdowns off of it. But
Yeah.
with the 2 touchdowns that I got off it, there were also 2 times where the defense picked up on it, and it was good for them. But it already happened twice. It worked twice though.
Yeah, so the next play after the big gain by McLeod was a screen pass to, I think it was like some kind of just little lateral to Joey, the backup quarterback, who threw a 48-yard touchdown to Damian Bailey. But then it was offset by a penalty. I think it was a holding penalty on Harriton, which isn't great. And then there was another deep ball that got missed. Then Damian Bailey actually got his first reception after that. Was a 30-yard throw. It was a really nice catch. It was like across the middle of the field. He reached up and grabbed it over the defense.
Totally.
Head.
I mean, that kid's got a phenomenal hands, phenomenal coordination. Yeah, I love to watch him do that. I mean, it's something that if you throw the ball to him, we know he's going to catch it. We know he's there for it. If the ball's placed right, he'll catch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him after near the end of the game. He said that he went to Black Rock Middle School, but he played for a team in Philadelphia. They won 2 national championships. He's a big addition to this Harriton team. Yeah, he's really good. So then I believe on this drive, after the big throw, Spears had some running plays, and then he ran it in for a 3-yard touchdown. Unfortunately, this is the play he got injured on. Looked to be lower leg.
Right.
He didn't return the game, but we're hoping the best for him.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the hospital last night. I talked to him a little bit. They still don't exactly know what's going on. But I mean, I just want to speak on that sequence of plays. And I think one thing that we really one of our biggest mistakes that game was leading so heavily to running our quarterback. I think I mean, when
like
you
3 in a row.
running your starting over and over again is never a smart idea. And I mean, I would, with fatigue and everything, I mean, just getting him hit. I mean, we don't want our quarterback to be in a bad state of mind, getting hit every play. I mean, it's just not the smartest move. And I mean, we see the worst come out of it.
Spiros is too valuable of a quarterback to be doing some of that. I understand. I mean, it was a touchdown though, but it was just a really unfortunate hit. But hope we see him back sometime later this season. Depends on the severity of the injury, but we wish him all the best here at HarritonTV. So then after the touchdown, ball goes back to Kensington. There's a couple plays, and then Ben Krebs had an interception on 3rd and 21. It was it was like an underthrown ball. He came in and grabbed it. It looked like a chip interception. Kept having like the same one. But it was nice. It was a good play. Ben Krebs is a good player. I mean,
totally.
For the program.
And I mean, a guy that's definitely worked for it. I mean, he definitely deserves that moment and everything that comes with it. Later in the game, we see him get a touchdown. We'll talk about that later.
He's a great player. So after that interception, then Herring gets the ball back. And this is when Joey came in, the backup quarterback. He's young. This is the second year being the backup. He got some playing time last year, but this is, I mean, depends on when Spiros gets back, but this will be his first like real starting experience. Yeah.
Well, he's not new to the varsity field, but he's not too experienced. I mean, it's a big step up for him as well.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
He'll get better. I trust in that. I think he's just got to get more comfortable with the first team offense. I suspect he was running a lot with the second team offense during practice. And if he's not running with the first team offense, he won't have as much experience throwing to them. But just I'm sure you guys have tons of practice this week. Just getting him out there and playing will be great. I think he'll be better by the next game.
Yeah.
But Joey,
I mean, and Joey in practice too. There was a period of time where over this offseason where we actually didn't know if he was going to play, if he was going to suit up this season. But I'm happy to see about 2 weeks ago, he really made up his mind to stay with this team, and I'm happy he's here because we really need him now.
I believe it would have been a freshman right behind Spiros. Is that Charlie, the third string quarterback?
Charlie Gow is definitely in our quarterback room. He's got some potential to him, but I mean, it's his first year here. I mean, I think we're gonna give him some time. He needs to develop. I'm sure that if something were to happen to Joey, we have other guys that we are going to have to look to first. Not to speak poorly on Charlie Gow, amazing guy who really works for it every practice. But we have another guy, Josh Fishbein, who's a sophomore. This is his first year playing. He's tall. He's got a good frame. He can throw the ball pretty well. I think he's got a good arm on him. And so yeah, I think that's who we were looking to next.
Yeah. But that first drive with Joey, it wasn't a bad drive. I think there was like a couple of missed screen passes, which is just something that can't happen. There was one that was really high. There was a lot of arc on it. There was another one where I just think it was a drop by the receiver.
There are a ton of little mistakes. I wish I could look when I'm blocking, my head's turned to it. I don't know. I can't speak too much on it, but I know we practice those plays and we shouldn't have those mistakes.
Yeah, I expect it's another thing that's just a small thing that can get cleaned up. It's not like a big issue. Like if the offense wasn't working, you'd be more concerned. It's just a small thing. That drive ended in you guys went for a 4th down conversion. And then I think there was a miscommunication because Joey threw it and there's I think the receiver must have ran the wrong route or turned the wrong way because there was just no one there. So Kensington got the ball back for their 3rd drive. They had a nice drive. They tried to go deep on Ryan Zhang on one of them down that right side of the field, the stands, but Ryan stayed with him. He was initially a little behind him, stayed with him, got his hand up there. And
I think Ryan may have gotten a little lucky with that play. But
yeah, I was looking back at a couple photos. I think he had his hand near. I don't think he actually tipped the ball. I think it was like a 50% the receiver dropping, 50% him like obstructing the receiver. The next drive was pretty good. It was a bunch of small gains, nothing huge. The end was a touchdown to Ben Krebs. It was a nice fade to the back right corner. The corner wasn't close. He was maybe 10 feet away. I think I was watching back the play, and the corner was lined up against him. Then I think they were blitzing because he went up and tried to go for Joey, but the safety must not have come over. I don't know whose responsibility that was, but
I think there was some sort of communication on Kensington's side of the ball.
You took the nickel with you, and you kind of blocked the safety from coming over, and then it just left Ben Krebs wide open. And it was a really nice throw from Joey.
Definitely a good placement from Joey. Way to see it for him. But yeah, on that play, I think you can see me. When I saw the ball in the air going to Ben, and I saw Ben with no one around him, I just threw my hands up ready for the touchdown. I knew Ben was going to realize.
Automatic. So then that led up to Kensington had their 4th. This is the final drive of the game. It was just, I think, a sack. I think Sava got the sack. It was a bunch of guys. It was like the whole D line kind of just go off the pocket. I don't know if it was credited though.
I think Marshall Zaffirio may have caught his ankle on that. I might be wrong on this, but I think it was more of a gang tackle, and Marshall kind of slowed him down at first.
They say a herd of rams. The announcer. A herd of rams, but they don't know who tackled. So then that was the end of the first half. It was up 21-0. Can you talk a little bit more about what the coach said to you guys in the locker room? What was the message?
So this is the obviously coach with the with his inspiration, the talk before the game, really getting us locked in and just telling us how much we prepared for these moments and how it's just our time to show how much work we've put in over the offseason, right? But this year coach has been talking a little less and leaving it more to the players and the captains like myself. He took Coach Attila played at Stony Brook D1 football when he was in college. And he took a speech that he had that they would recite before the game, took a speech from them and gave it to us. And it's my responsibility to recite it before the game every year. So I love that.
We'll try to get that on a broadcast. HarritonTV will be broadcasting a bunch of home games. Not next week, but every week after that, it's home. We'll be broadcasting. We'll try to get that on live stream. That'd be cool. I think viewers would like to see it. But then that was the end. The first half was really nice. I think there were some stupid penalties. There was a couple unsportsmanlike conducts, a lot of celebrating, which I understand.
Yeah, I was a part of.
Especially with the younger guys, there was a lot of celebrating. And the refs were not having any of it. They were just like, guys, go. They were like, stop celebrating. I
was on the sideline one time. I think after that Ben Krebs touchdown, we were living it up a little bit. The refs definitely put an end to that.
Yeah, they were strict, stricter than usual. But the first half looked so much better than almost every play last year. scored than any single game last year. I mean, Kensington was always starting at their 40-yard line. The kicking's gotten a lot better. I mean, last year they would start at our 40-yard line, not theirs.
Yeah.
So it's a lot better.
Remember that.
Really impressive.
Totally.
And the punting's gotten better too. I mean, to have a kicker who's punting too is really nice.
Totally. Oh yeah, having that one guy that can do everything. Not having our quarterback, as we saw last year, kick the ball. In the year before.
Yeah,
Definitely
I mean,
good change.
yes. So then Harriton got the ball second. So Kensington started with the ball. They started off the 40-yard line. They had a nice couple first downs. The QB rushed for a touchdown. They tried to go for 2. Ryan Zhang had a nice interception there. It was like leaping over someone.
He shot that. It was a really good play from him. I mean,
he has a high jump. It was a really high jump. I was like, wow, you could get up there. Harriton got the ball back. You had a nice catch from 15 yards on the sideline. Got sent back for holding.
Right. I was pretty heated after that.
Another thing that has to get fixed. And then Damon Bailey got injured on the next play, but he had a huge gain. But then he came back 2 plays later, so nothing too serious. There was a lot of flags on this drive. It was a long drive. It ended with another touchdown to you, your second of the game. It was a really nice throw. I think it was right. The DB, I feel like if he stuck his hand out a little more, he might have been able to stop it.
I think that, I mean, again, it's the same play that I scored my first touchdown off of.
Yeah.
The wheel route into the end zone. The ball was a little underthrown, but
yeah, I saw it was low. But it was there, and you hauled it in with no issue. I think against Radnor, it's going to be a
totally that's going to be there. And that's all we're talking about right now.
Yeah, but I think Joey will get more comfortable with the first-team offense.
We're already watching film. We're already on it.
Good. And that's something you love to see from Harriton, and it's really a new culture compared to 2 years ago. I mean, I'm sure guys weren't watching as much film your freshman year than they are now.
Definitely not. And I didn't either. But
yeah. But it's good you guys are starting. So then Harriton has their 7th drive. This is going into the 4th. Oh, no, the next drive was Kensington right before the 4th quarter. It was a really slow drive. Quarterback rushed in for his 2nd rushing touchdown.
Right. I remember watching that one on the sideline.
Kensington could not get anything going receiving-wise or passing-wise. They had some good rushes. Not much receiving.
Yeah, I think that's just to speak on Ryan Zhang and Spencer Havey out there at cornerback, really doing their job and making sure they don't throw that ball and don't move it too much. Don't move the chains too much.
Yeah.
That's all.
It was really nice for really young guys in that secondary. It's a young secondary. I mean, there might be. Marshall and Ben are the only 2 seniors in that secondary.
Tyler Dean at linebacker too.
He played well.
Definitely freshman. Yeah. I
wonder. The only thing I'm concerned about is the lack of juniors on this team. There's there's not many. There's Spencer Havey, Matai, Lucas.
Spencer Havey, Matai, Lucas.
Everett.
There's missing some here.
There's definitely a lot more, but it's Solomon's junior.
Yeah,
it's a smaller class compared to every other class.
Totally. We only listed like a small handful of them, but there's probably a couple other guys you could throw in there, maybe 1 or 2.
There's not a huge amount of seniors either. It's a big 10th and 9th grade classes though, which is starting to next year.
While it is a small class, our senior class, it's stocked with just as much talent in the senior class and leadership and just I think this senior class this year really checks off every box that you need from a senior class, even though that we don't have a lot of guys, but we get done when we need to.
Yeah, no, but it's going to be this team's going to be really good in 2 to 3 years. I think a big issue now is a lot of players in middle school are going to Lower Merion if they're good at football. And Lower Merion's always been seen as kind of the football school in the district, and I think the culture's changing. And there's a shift that's going to be happening over the next couple of years where players are going to be like, hey, Harriton's.
And if you want to start me on that, I could just keep talking. I could go on and on. But this year I want to see what we can do. Maybe flip that culture a little bit.
Last time Harriton beat LM was 2019. That was also one of the last Central League wins too.
Right.
So hopefully, I mean, this Friday, Radnor, there can be another one.
There will be another one.
But
I can't wait.
beating LM would be something special. In 2019, everyone rushed the field. HarritonTV has a couple videos of that. It's a really fun experience. But hopefully, a ton more wins this season. Going into the fourth quarter, though, Harriton had their 7th drive. Damon Bailey had a 30-yard catch. He looks really unstoppable.
Oh yeah, I mean,
no one's guarding him.
Unstoppable as a freshman, right?
Yeah.
Just wait until we get a couple more years. Coach Attila gets a couple more years to work with him and really let him reach his potential, because that kid can go places.
Yeah, he definitely can. You had your 3rd touchdown going in that fourth quarter. It was 10 yards. It was nice in that corner of the end zone.
Yeah, more
really
midfield nice. Slant, Joey just fit the ball perfectly.
Yeah, it was a really nice play. It was drawn up well. Kensington had no chance of stopping it. Kensington had their 8th drive. One of the first plays of that drive, Spencer Havey had an interception. That was turnover number 3 for the Rams, which is something we didn't see a lot of last year. I think one game there's 2 turnovers. There's a Ben Krebs and a Jonah Hughes Lockwood pick 6, but that was last year. But no, this team, I mean, the turnover battle, if you win the turnover battle, you have an easier time winning the game.
And that was one of our goals for this game, is to get at least 1 turnover, because that's something that we haven't had as a team in the past. And so to Coach Attila really made it, and our defensive coordinator, Coach Dickerson, really made it something to highlight turnovers this year and really work on that and improve that. Yeah,
so then Harriton had their 8th drive. It ended with the touchdown by Jonah Lockwood. Really nice touchdown, back in the end zone. Same spot where you had yours. I mean, he's a great player. He can run. He's a captain. He can run, and he can catch. He's really versatile.
Definitely versatile. He can hit.
And
great on defense. We're going to see him out there more later this year.
It did seem like he was always one of the hardest working players when I go to practices in the back or past last year. I mean, even like when the game last year was like 40-0, he was still out there making plays. He always puts his heart on the line. And it's really impressive to see. End of the game, Kensington went down, scored one more time against the backups for Harriton. Harriton pulled their starters after that touchdown, which is good. I mean, you don't want someone getting injured when the game's already, 30-something to 12. Kensington didn't go for a single extra point. They only went for 2-point conversions.
Yeah, I think that's just the lack of kicker that they had.
Yeah, that's what Harriton had to deal with that last year.
Totally know how it feels to be in that spot.
Yeah, and they converted. You guys converted some last year. Kensington wasn't as lucky today. They didn't convert any. But yeah, I mean, Kensington is not the same type of opponent you're going to be facing in the Central League the next couple weeks. I mean, you got Radnor, Garnet, Marple, Lower Merion, Springfield, Delco, Ridley, Strathaven, Upper Darby, and Pencrest.
I mean, I just heard you read out 9 teams, but I mean, the only one we're looking at right now is Radnor, first Central League game. We definitely got some competition in those later weeks, but we're just going to try to knock it down one by one. Radnor's one we're real confident about. Radnor's one we need.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. I mean, look at the Philadelphia Eagles last season. They one game at a time mindset, and it really works. You can't be focused too far in the future. You're just going to stress yourself out. But 2 more home games for the Rams, and then they go on the road for 3 games. So how do you feel about having that where it's not like every other week? It's just like, I mean,
obviously starting the season off with 3 home games does sound amazing. I mean, that's what I want to hear, but that gauntlet after that of 3 weeks going to some harder teams that I saw, playing them away is going to be very difficult for us, and that's going to be a very testing time.
I mean, it's also annoying as students. I think a lot of students get to miss out on those games. I mean, we'll have 3 home games this year during the school's going on. Well, school starts next week. Lower Merion game will be like a home game, I suspect. I mean, it's close.
Yeah, always is. They got their things. We got ours.
They have lights on their field now. I think they're doing the same rental situation Harriton has. Harriton, fun fact, Harriton rents their lights. They never return them, which is like you just rent them year round. But those aren't permanent lights at all. But LM's doing a similar thing. I think there is a plan though to eventually build a new field at LM. But it'll be nice to have night games at LM.
Totally.
I'm excited for that game.
My senior year.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, you got Nick DeLuca playing quarterback there. He was in one of our classes in 8th grade. He's a great kid. He's a really good quarterback. He has 2 school records last year: most passing yards and most passing touchdowns. He's a great quarterback, but it's going to be some tough competition. Radnor looks good. They have a new head coach, so I think that game.
There's a lot of talent.
Yeah,
I think,
their quarterback's good. Riley, don't remember his last name, but
I still have to watch a lot of film on them. I got a lot more to learn on them after. I mean, we just played at Kensington yesterday. I got to switch my mindset into Radnor. I got to get onto that.
Yeah, it was like 40-0 last year when we played them. So definitely something that's going to change.
Yeah, but
it's not I mean, it's a different team for both teams.
I mean, both teams are 2 different teams. The Radnor's different. We're different, right? I mean, a whole lot of new talent. And I heard that they only have around I don't know if it was on defense or on the whole team. I think it's on defense. They only have around 3 returning starters. And while the number for us isn't better, I don't think. I do think that the starters that we've put in this year are better. It's a better crew than we had last year, and they're ready to go.
This team right now would be last year's team, undoubtedly. I mean, it's a big loss not having Moose and Dennis and Colin Sullivan and Marcus Bates, but it's a shame they can't be part of the roster we have this year. But Harriton looked really good. It's hard to emphasize how good they looked.
Well, it is a whole lot of things to spotlight, but
yeah, I think that's relative to last year.
Yeah,
they were a lot better than last year. I mean, 6 touchdowns today, 3 turnovers. That's really looked good.
It's what we had to do.
Sacks. Yeah.
And what our coach talked to us about before the game was, I mean, we knew going into this game that we would probably walk away 1-0, and we were pretty confident going into this game. Obviously not certain, but definitely confident. And what he talked about was he told us that we expect to win this game, but even winning games have their defining moments.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot that goes into it than just the scoreboard. I mean, we play a team like Kensington that we are confident going against. We better show that this is just routine for us, and that we can't keep the foot off the gas.
I mean, Harriton did what good teams are supposed to do, and that's win against the easy teams.
I mean, not to call them easy,
yeah, but not to the same difficulty level as the teams they're going to be playing in the future.
Yes. That we look into our road games, and as we look forward into our schedule. Yes.
Yeah. So, but the message after the game, I heard a lot. I was around the huddle you guys had. I was taking some photos from Coach Sotillo. It was a lot of stick together. He was like, hang out together, eat lunch together. It's a really interesting message. I don't think you hear that a lot on high school football teams.
Right. And something that's really dissolved over my years at being at Harriton was Harriton football having its lunch table, having some guys sit at a table together. It was definitely some of my underclassmen years, but I've really seen, I mean, now it's vanished. There really isn't much of that. But I mean, I think Coach is absolutely right, though, with what he's saying about creating that again and having something like that. Have a team that you like, a brotherhood in a way, and being able to just lean on guys that makes you closer on the field. And to add on to that, one thing that he's implemented to help this is mentors. As leaders of the team take on younger guys in the team, they're going to be meeting with them during lunch, and they're really making a chemistry and helping develop younger guys.
Really unique. You don't hear about that in high school football. And I think this is a team that will be good. We talked about it a lot last year on broadcasts and during pregame shows and halftime shows. This team's going to be good in the future. They have a bright future. I honestly think they have one of the brightest futures in the league. I mean, just the amount of talent on this team, and it's something you don't hear like in the past. Really talented players in Harriton High School. I mean, most of those players would go to private schools, but they're staying public, and that's really going to help the team.
And you have your Matt Krebs, and you have Colin Sullivan, you have Moose and Dennis, right? Amazing players all going on to play in college. And obviously the program's super pumped to have them. But when you go up against teams having 5 other commits to college, I mean, it isn't enough. But as we look at this team this year, I think there are a ton of guys that have collegiate potential, and
the depth
is develop into something like that.
It did feel like a lot of the time Moose and Dennis would make an amazing play, and there'd be no one else there to help him with a lot of his plays because he was just so good, but the depth wasn't. The people around him didn't have as much experience as they needed to.
Right.
But now it's a good team. It doesn't. I can't emphasize enough how much it doesn't feel like last year's team. It feels like something
on the
special.
field, I mean, leading this team, it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah, I mean the culture completely different. But yeah, my player of the game was you. Unbiased, but you had three touchdowns and over 100 yards, I imagine. I don't think anyone's keeping direct stats. I tried. I kept some. But you maybe 90 yards.
I looked over it quickly. Some around 3 touchdowns, near 100 yards. I don't know if I hit that mark. I appreciate that. Am I allowed to speak a player of the game, or is that?
Yeah, you can have your own. We'll do too.
I mean, if I were to have to pick one, I think it would definitely be. Well, his time out there was short-lived. I think I'd have to go with Spiros Esposito as QB1. I mean, we see him play. Like, well, I don't know what the time was, but it was around like 6 minutes of playing time, and in those 6 minutes, Boyd, I mean, he made it seem like he played a whole half. He put up the numbers that he put up. He put up 2 touchdowns in 6 minutes. One, he took it himself. I mean, unfortunately, getting injured that same play. One, he took it into the end zone himself, and one, he threw it to me. That's 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he may have had 100. I think it was almost 120 yards
in
one quarter.
And not one quarter, like half.
Yeah, if he played the whole game, I mean, it wouldn't. I mean, the game would have been more out of reach than it already was for Kensington.
Totally.
But I really hope he comes back. He looked really sharp out there. He knows the offense. He really does.
Knows it like the back of his hand. I mean, he's been working this entire offseason for. I mean, this moment, that last night was. I've really seen him work months and months and months. I mean, we're talking about a 12-month offseason for him.
Yeah,
and it really sucks that this is the way it had to have. I mean, how it had to pan out.
Yeah. We're all rooting for him. We'll see what happens. But yeah, focusing on Joey now because that's
totally. I mean, that's what we got. That's what we have to rally behind. And we're ready for it. I think he'll be ready for it come a couple of days. Ready for Radner. He's watching film. He talked to me about it yesterday. Sent me a text, told me about what they're doing, what to look for, what he's looking at. So yeah, I'm hyped to see that he's just as determined.
Yeah, and then just some few housekeeping things now. So Radnor's next week. Their quarterback Luke Riley had 1,300 yards last year and 10 touchdowns. They beat the Rams 37-0. Again, this is a different team. Radnor has a new coach, Drew Devitt. The reports from training camp from Radnor is that they're really good. They look really good. It's also a young team though.
So I mean, they sound really very similar to us, but with this new coaching situation, young team. But from the film that I've watched, I think it's nothing to they're nothing too scary for us. I think we can really roll in with confidence, and I think we can get the job done if we really just
predictions. Neither of the teams are super high scoring.
I'm gonna take the Rams on this one. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put us at 27. I'll give them 27. I'll give us 27. I'll give them 17, 21, something like that.
Radner had a good kicker last year. I remember he was really good. I don't know if he's returning, but I don't think there would be any missed extra points. There wasn't much field goals. Obviously, Harriton didn't need to go for any. I would say 32. I don't know. This is 31 Harriton, 24 Radnor, I think. It does depend, though, on how this Radnor team looks. I don't think Radnor's played a game yet. I think that
I think they did play last night. Last night they played Chichester. 14-point loss. 27-13. I mean that's what we want to hear over here at Harriton, but
yeah, Chichester's a good team. Really good.
Really good, but not
their
as
record.
Good
their record was 1-10 last year.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like they were the best team in the league. But
definitely not.
And they lost to Radnor last year, 26-8, and to come back and beat Radnor this year.
And I mean, I've briefly looked at Chichester and Radnor, but I wouldn't say that change in. Wait, if you want to repeat that score one time, really quick.
Yeah,
What
so
was it?
last year I think it was 26-8. This Chichester lost. This year they beat them 27-13.
And I think that doesn't speak on Chichester improving, as I'm sure they've put in work in the offseason. Probably maybe have. I don't know enough, but I'd say that's Radnor just regressing and taking a step back.
They lost a lot of
They're gonna
players,
act on that.
which is a shame. They lost a lot of players.
They did.
The graduation. I mean, that's what happens in high school football. It's a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. I think Harriton can pull it out. I would not be shocked.
I would not be shocked either.
Yeah, this team looks good. Any final thoughts?
I mean, I think we've really talked about a lot today. I think we've really covered a lot. I mean, I don't know what I'd not much from me.
Yeah. So thank you guys all for listening to the podcast. We'll be doing this every day after the football game, so that usually Saturdays. Every game's a Friday night. So just looking towards the future for the schedule. So Harriton takes on Radnor next Friday at 7 p.m. at home. Garnet the following Friday, the 5th of September. That'll be live on HarritonTV. If you can't make it to the game, that's at home too. Then they go on a road trip. On September 12th, they go to DeMarco at 7. Lower Marion, they go to the 19th at 7. And they go to Springfield Delco the 26th at 7. They come back home on October 4th against Ridley. That'll be live on HarritonTV. And then they play the 10th. Strathaven, that'll be live on HarritonTV. Both of those are at 7. And then they go to Upper Darby and Pencrest on the 17th and 24th, both at 7. We'll have sports reporters on all of that. But thank you guys for watching the podcast today. And thank you, Trey, for joining. It's been fun.
Of course.
But we'll see you all next time.